Apple has just released tons of new features in iOS 26.4. That's why in this video, I wanted to go over every single one of them, and I can assure you there's a lot that will surprise you. Let's start off with new Apple Music features. Apple Music has this beautiful new view when you're opening an album or a playlist. It basically infuses the color of the album in the entire UI. For example, Cloud 9 by Megan Morani turns the whole UI pink, which I'm simply obsessed with. Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny transforms everything into orange. It looks absolutely incredible. And it's just incredible how that pairs with liquid glass right here in the bottom. It just looks incredible. And why I love this new feature is because it also pairs really well with the animated cover art. As you can see, Central C's keychain right here is slightly moving, and the shiny diamonds. The UI that Apple Music has done here is just so good. And as I said, this doesn't only happen with albums, it also happens with playlists like Today's Chill. If you tap on that, you can see it will also infuse that beautiful color as well. And Apple's also redesigned some of the buttons here. For example, the shuffle is right here on the left. Apple's added this big chunky play button, which looks incredible. So you can simply start playing a song right away. And you've also got the download button right on the side, which is extremely accessible. And if you go on an album that you don't have, that download button will be replaced by this add to library button and will then transform to the download button. These buttons right here were usually right here on the 3 dots, and now they've been removed and they've been added right here. This is a phenomenal change, and in my opinion, it kind of just destroyed Spotify and how beautiful it is. Apple has also redesigned the Create Playlist button, which is now available right here on the top. It is way much more accessible. If you tap on that, it will ask you to create a playlist title, Bangers, for example. You can tap on OK, and from there, you can add music to the playlist. Since I am filming this video before iOS 26.4 has actually launched, Apple's also released a brand new feature for Apple Intelligence. Now I'll show you a video of it because it's pretty cool. The feature is called Playlist Playground, and it's an Apple Intelligence feature inside of Apple Music that you basically simply ask it, how's an EDM playlist? And using Apple Intelligence, it will intelligently add songs depending on the prompt. Now here's the welcome screen that this new feature has. Apple Music says you can create new playlists in seconds. Playlist Playground builds on Apple Intelligence to help you create a new playlist from just an idea. So you can see it will simply give you a prompt. This feature will be on beta probably for quite some time. It even gives you new playlist ideas like morning coffee music, hip hop party songs, or you can even ask it, hey, I really like Kendrick Lamar. Can you create me a playlist based on Kendrick Lamar? It is a super cool new feature. Apple's also redesigned the profile section inside of Apple Music. As you can see, it is very different than what we are used to. If you tap on this, it will give you account info, including your payments and settings. If you tap on Music Profile, it will jump over to your Apple Music profile, including your playlist, your followers. We've had this in the past already. You can take a look at your subscription, your purchase history, notifications that you want inside of Apple Music, whether you want to get notified when new music drops from your favorite artist, concerts, which is a brand new feature. I'll tell you that in just a second. And also friend activity, you can activate or deactivate that. This is also a new feature that was already released, but they added it inside of Apple Music. And it basically allows you to transfer your music from other services. So you can basically transfer playlists from Spotify to Apple Music, for example, in just a breeze. And it's just super cool that it's not just integrated inside of the settings on your iPhone. It's straight into Apple Music, which is cool. You've also got family settings. You can add money, redeem codes, send an Apple Music gift to someone if you want to give someone a subscription, or it can also redirect you to your music settings inside of your iPhone. And here's where, the settings have always been. Apple Music also now gives you the option to add one song. Before, you could only add it to one single playlist. But now, as you can see, you've got this new tiny button right here. And if you tap that, it will give you the option to add it to my studio playlist, to my urban playlist, to my Joe and the Juice playlist, to my Breathe playlist. 4 playlists by just one tap. And as you can see, it should start adding it to all my playlists. Boom, one song added to 4 playlists. Now, if you go inside of Home inside Apple Music and you scroll to the bottom, right exactly here, you'll now see the new concerts feature inside of Apple Music. You can scroll to the left and to the right and you can see different concerts, for example, the Bad Bunny concert, and you'll see a bunch of information about that concert itself, including the date, You can start playing his music, for example. You can also tap on get tickets and it will redirect you to the ticket seller itself, in this case Ticketmaster Spain and bands in town, because since I'm in Spain, that's where it's telling me to get tickets from. It will tell you the date, also the location of the venue, which will literally redirect you to Apple Maps, which is just so well connected. It will also give you the set list, so all the songs that Bad Bunny will be playing in his world tour, which by the way, I'm actually going to his concert. I'm super excited about it. You can see more of his upcoming concerts as well, so everywhere he's going as well. Also, if you tap over here inside of concerts, you'll also have a different view. You can see the most popular concerts around your area. You can also change the location. So maybe you want to see concerts instead of New York City, for example. You can tap on that and it will show you all the different artists that will play in New York. You can see your favorites, Rosalia, for example, which is mine. You can also see this week. So these are all the concerts that are happening this week, next week, and probably in the upcoming month. It's such a cool feature because it basically grabs your entire library of artists and will filter all of those. You can even select specific concert by specific dates, or even by certain genres of music. So maybe you're into hip hop and you want to see upcoming shows of hip hop around the area. You can see Cardi B is playing at Madison Square Garden. Once again, set list, start playing right away. Super cool new feature. Now, outside of Apple Music, Apple's also updated a couple new features, including some redesigns, including the Freeform app. As you can see, Apple has redesigned Apple Freeform. Before it was this logo and now it is this logo. It is way much more blue and fits really well with the new Creator Studio. In my opinion, this should be like the dark mode version, not just the standard version. If I'm gonna be honest, I prefer the old version rather than the new one. Apple has also added a couple new Apple Freeform features. As you can see, you've got advanced image creation and editing, premium content, plus Apple's creativity app. These will only be unlocked if you are subscribed to the new Apple Creator Studio. Other than that, Apple Freeform pretty much remains the same, as useful as it always is. Now, if you're familiar with the new feature called Ambient Music, which is basically ambient music that Apple added, it was basically found inside of Control Center. When you added a new control, you had the option between sleep, chill, productivity, or well-being, and it basically simply plays, well, ambient music. In this case, for sleep. It is not inside Apple Music. It's got its own ambient music app, even though it's not a physical app that you can choose from. The only way to access it is within the Control Center until now, because Apple has added a new widget for ambient music now. As you can see, if we search up ambient music, there it is. That's the new Play Ambient Music widget, or the big ambient music widget. Let's go ahead and add the new one just so I can show you, and the small one. So this is the way that it looks. Once you add an ambient music widget, it will ask you which mood do you want? Do you want sleep, chill, productivity, or well-being? And what playlist? Do you want ambient bedtime? Do you want sleep sounds? Do you want sound bath? Or it also now connects straight to Apple Music. So you could technically have a sleep ambient sound to be one of your sleep playlists, for example. Or you can have like a super crazy playlist while you tap on sleep. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can also configure the form widget by simply tapping on edit, and you can configure all four by simply tapping on this and select from your library or suggested playlist from Apple themselves. Once again, you don't have a dedicated app, but once you tap on it, it will basically open this little app experience. Once again, it's not an app, but it's kind of weird, but it is definitely awesome, and I use it a lot, especially when I travel. Now, Apple has added new reminders features, as you can see as well, introducing urgent reminders. You can now get an alarm as a reminder. So once the reminder hits at a specific time or location, it will show you a big, large reminder. I'll show you that in just a second. You can also snooze the reminder / alarm now if you don't get it right away. And if you snooze it, the dynamic island will show up so you can reschedule it. Let me show it to you hands-on. So let's create a reminder that says pickup package. We're gonna tap on the I, and as you can see, instead of date and time, which you can activate the time, for example, we're gonna set it at 7:20, just so I can show you. We're gonna activate urgent and make sure alarms are allowed on Nikia's iPhone. And we're gonna tap on OK. And now at 7:20, it should show up that alarm. And that is how the full screen alarm reminder looks. You've got a button to complete or a button to snooze. It's very useful because for priority alarms, you will remind yourself in order to do that thing you want to do. And then if you want to snooze it, as you can see, you're going to have the dynamic island support to keep reminding you to do that certain thing. Apple Podcast even had some surprises with 26.4. So Apple Podcasts finally supports video podcasts. Now I'm not seeing them right now, but I've been checking a couple of different ones like, MKBHD's Freeform or even my Inside the Ecosystem. We've been recently posting them on video on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. We did publish them, but we don't see them yet. So they should be coming relatively soon, which by the way, if you're not listening to Inside the Ecosystem, my podcast, you're seriously missing out. We cover all of the Apple ecosystem weekly, so make sure to give it a listen. Supposedly, video podcasts should show up right here in a little button that you can quickly switch between video and audio. There's also a brand new feature inside of Apple Health related to sleep, because Apple Health will now tell you the average sleep that you've had within the last 7 days. And if you're surprised by these numbers, no, I did not have an average sleep of almost 13 hours. I have been traveling like crazy, so I think it just kind of got it all messed up. I seriously wish I would get 13 hours of sleep. Other than that, it is nice if you have an Apple Watch and you track your sleep, having an average sleep inside of your iPhone will be very useful for sure to basically grab some very interesting insights over time. Also, the Vitals app on the Apple Watch finally brings back blood oxygen, which also means that inside of the Health app on the iPhone, it's also showing you the blood oxygen as well. Apple also has a slight redesign with the search inside of the App Store. Previously, search was in the bottom. It is now in the top. Apple's also redesigned the wallpaper gallery. It's got a couple new features. For example, the featured, it's way larger and will recommend you tons more wallpapers, which is cool. Some of them are even live and they are interactive as they move as you scroll on them. As you can see, these are changing right here, which is super cool. It's such a cool design. And also the categories, including weather, they will now be deactivated unless you want them, and you can simply tap on get. For example, collections or color, you can simply tap on get and you will kind of install them and it will show you all of the different wallpapers inside of collection. Same thing goes for colors. You can see this one is downloading right now and boom, just like that, which is pretty cool. There's a lot more that's new inside of iOS 26.4, but these were my favorite new features. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite one. If you found value out of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.